Duty over feelings, the secret to consistent greatness. Take 10 minutes out of your life right now. Go find a mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes and decide, are you a winner or are you a loser? Most of you are waiting for this magical thing called motivation to strike before you start working. You think that because you feel sad or tired or not in the mood, you have a valid excuse to stay in bed. That is a lie designed to keep you weak. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. They come and go like the wind. If you only work when you feel like it, you are a slave to your impulses. You are an NPC, a non-player character in the game of life, reacting to the environment instead of commanding it. The world is hyper-competitive. Every single pound you want, every girl you desire, and every bit of status you crave is being hunted by someone like me who doesn't give a damn how they feel. While you are whinging about being depressed because your girl left you or because the economy is tough, the winners are out there burying you. Winners perform regardless of their emotional state. They wake up in a terrible mood, aching and stressed, and they complete the same tasks as if they woke up in a fantastic mood. Why? Because they have a duty to themselves and to their bloodline. If you want a monumentally successful life, you must stop putting importance on how you feel and start putting importance on what needs to be done.
Think about your ancestors 200 years ago. They were out in fields, starving, surviving the Black Death, and struggling just to exist so they could reproduce. They went through hell so that 200 years later, you could exist. For you to sit on your ass and do nothing because you lack motivation is a betrayal of your entire lineage. You are the end of their legacy, and you owe them a debt. You have a duty to be massively, monumentally successful, to show homage to those who came before you. God loves people who try and people who work hard. When you actually give 120% effort, you'll be amazed at how lucky you become. As a man, you are born relatively valueless. You have to build yourself from the ground up. This is terrifying, but it is also a massive opportunity. You get to choose your character in the video game of life. Do you want to be the businessman, the champion, or the leader? To become that person, you must adopt the 120% standard. Most people go through their entire lives without ever giving 100% effort to anything. They give 50%, they give 70%, and then they wonder why they get mediocre results. You have to have the discipline to do 11 when your opponent stops at 10. Excellence is a habit, not an act. It is the promises you keep to yourself when no one is watching.
We have been conditioned to think of discipline as a punishment, but that is a dangerous lie. Self-discipline is the definition of self-love. When you say you love yourself, it means you have behavior towards yourself that is loving in the long term. True self-love is being able to look at yourself and say, I know you want that pizza, but I love you too much to let you eat it because you're going to feel like crap afterward. It is saying, I know you want to go out tonight, but you have a vision to build, and I love you too much to let you fail. The road to sustained happiness is through disciplining your behavior, not by indulging every impulse. You cannot win the war against the world if you cannot first win the war against your own mind. When you choose the hard path, the 4 a.m. workout, the late-night study, you are callousing your mind. You are training for life so that when the tragic phone call comes at 2 a.m., you don't fall apart. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Stop hitting the snooze button. Excuses sound best to the person making them up.
Consistent greatness requires you to turn the world into your library. Like Kobe Bryant, you must have a point of view where everything you do is filtered through the goal of becoming better at your craft. It is an everyday process of analyzing strengths and weaknesses. You must have a mental switch, like Maximus in Gladiator picking up the dirt, where it becomes go time and your emotions are left at the door. When you are in that cage, don't let anyone touch you or talk to you. You are that character until the job is done. Get over yourself. You feel embarrassed because you failed? You're not that important. Look at the reality of the situation with rationale, not emotion. If your shots were short, your legs aren't there. Train your legs. Done. Don't waste energy on the drama of failure. Use that energy to make the adjustment. You must be willing to forego vacations and hanging out because everything in between your goal and your current state is time that can be lost. It is your job to perform at an elite level every single night. That is the price of being a champion.
You are the biggest issue in your life, but you are also the only solution. Human experience happens from within us.
whether it is joy, misery, or anger. And if what happens within you is not happening your way, that is the worst form of slavery. You must take control of your internal focus, rather than being a feather in the wind of external circumstances. If the sun is out, you're happy. If it rains, you're sad. That means the weather owns you. To be truly impactful, you must become conscious of your compulsive cycles. Most people suffer from a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. They suffer what happened 10 years ago and what might happen tomorrow. They aren't suffering life. They are suffering their own lack of discipline over their thoughts. You must turn off the internal drama. If you find yourself unable to focus, you must blink and cure your brain. Stop being a lousy director of your own internal cinema. Once you are well-engineered on the inside, no amount of chaos on the outside can stop you from fulfilling your destiny. Align your personality with what your soul actually came to do, and you cannot miss.
A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private. There are seasons where you must disappear into the dark room. You need to unplug from the noise, delete the apps, and walk away from the pint-sized people who are dousing your fire. You have to be willing to hide yourself in the library, in the gym, or in the boardroom, and do the work that is required behind closed doors. Build in the dark and announce it when it's finished. Most people have a passion to be in the public eye, but no patience to do the work behind the scenes. Excellence is not a microwavable process. It requires a gestation period of hard, lonely work. You must be willing to sacrifice who you are today for who you want to become tomorrow. If the people around you aren't throwing logs on your fire, they are pissing on it. It's time to find a new circle. Surround yourself with gallon-sized people who fill your cup and challenge you to be great. Success is a lonely road, and you won't see many friends along the way. But on the other side of that temporary pain, you will meet a version of yourself that you didn't know existed.
Many of you are grieving over what you didn't get or how you were treated. You need to understand the law of the arrow. You don't push an arrow to its target, you pull it back. That tension, that pressure, that feeling of being dragged backward into the darkness, that is exactly what causes the release and the speed toward the mark. If your life has been tough, the universe is just pulling the arrow back. The greater the digression, the stronger the progression will be. Every crisis and every heartbreak happened just to make you better and help you rise. Failure is a massive part of being successful. You have to get comfortable with it. You have to actually seek it. Successful people fail a whole lot more than they succeed. They just extract the wisdom and use it for the next phase. If you are going to fall, don't fall back, fall forward so you can see what you are going to hit. Never let a piece of adversity define your life. You hold the pen that writes your own story, and as long as there is breath in your nostrils, the story isn't over. Your ancestors survived for you to be here. Now get up and do your job.
There is a bigger dream waiting for you to step into it. Everything you try to do is already done in the mind of the Creator. Your job is to align yourself with that vision through relentless discipline and service. When you shift your paradigm from "how can I be famous" to "how can I be of use," success will follow you like a shadow. Fill your own cup until it runneth over, and then use that abundance to lift others. Success is the best revenge on everyone who doubted you, and it is the ultimate final victory. Arise, champion. You have the same 24 hours as the giants who came before you. What are you going to do with your time? Stop compromising your life for what everyone else wants you to do. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They already know what you truly want to become. Put your slippers way under the bed tonight so that when you wake up, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for the chance to fight another day. Now get up, put your crown back on, and go to work.